It's Friday, June 23rd. My name is Rich, and this is your 5-minute fix. Oh, some people say you can never trust a baker. Canada Bread agrees to $50 million fine for role in bread price fixing scandal. Company admits that under previous ownership, it worked with rivals to raise prices. Now, the thing that got me about this, obviously, bread companies fixing prices to charge everybody more. But secondly, is the amount of time that this had been going on for. Let's read. So there's a picture of Dempster's Bread, I guess one of the companies that Canada Bread owns, one of the brands that Canada Bread owns. Canada Bread, the maker of numerous brands of baked goods, including Dempster's, has agreed to pay a $50 million fine for its role, including to fix the price of bread, while the company was owned by previous management. Canada Bread has agreed to pay at least $50 million for its role in fixing the price of bread for years. That's right, years. The company made the revelation in an Ontario court on Wednesday, acknowledging that under a previous management regime, it colluded with its competitors in Canada's bakery industry to work in unison to raise the wholesale prices they charge to grocery chains, pushing up prices for consumers in the process. The company, which makes dozens of brands of baked goods, including Dempster's, Stone Mill, Vachon, and others, has been owned by Mexican food giant Grupo Bimbo since 2014, but prior to that, it was majority controlled by Maple Leaf Foods. According to an agreed upon statement of facts, an executive at Canada Bread, who was also an officer at Maple Leaf Foods at the time, had discussions about prices for bread products with one or more senior executives at Weston Foods, a subsidiary at the time of George Weston Limited, which also controls the Loblaws grocery chain. OMG. Loblaws getting themselves into all sorts of business these days. All sorts of business. The documents filed at the Superior Court of Justice in Toronto lay out what happened. They show that the executive discussed raising prices in June 2007 and subsequently agreed to do so between 6 and 7 cents per loaf in October of that year. After more discussions in September, they agreed to raise the prices by twice that, 12 to 14 cents starting the next month. Yo, this is crazy. The pattern was repeated a few years later, with discussions in November 2010 leading to an agreement to raise prices by 7 cents per loaf starting in January or March of 2011. A subsequent meeting in January led to an agreement to increase the price hike to 14 cents per loaf instead, starting in February. The bread price fixing scandal first came to light in 2015, when Canada's Competition Bureau launched an investigation after receiving information from Loblaw and Weston about the existence of the scheme they were involved in. The two companies were granted immunity from prosecution by the Bureau for cooperating in the matter. What's the goddamn point? What's the point in going through all of this if there's not going to be any consequences, huh? I don't get it. The Bureau subsequently executed search warrants against numerous companies, including Weston, Loblaw, Metro Inc., Sobeys Inc., Walmart Canada, Giant Tire Stores, Overweighty Food Group, and Canada Bread. That is a lot of businesses that people go to on a daily basis, all across the country too, not even just in one specific area, all across the country. So this has probably affected many people. Now you might say it was 7 cents, 14 cents per loaf, but man, think about how much bread, if you eat bread, but just think about how much bread a person might eat in a year. I know myself, I eat bread for lunch every day. And the fact that I've been robbed of 14 cents for the last how many years, I'm appalled. Grupo Bimbo bought Canada Bread in 2014 and said it only learned about the price fixing arrangement after the Competition Bureau executed a search warrant against Canada Bread on October 31st, 2017. At the time of the sale, Grupo Bimbo was not told that Canada Bread had participated with the Weston in the making of arrangements to increase the wholesale price of bread, and the due diligence otherwise completed by Grupo Bimbo did not reveal that Canada Bread and Weston participated in such arrangements, the document read. The company has pleaded guilty to 4 counts under Section 45 of Canada's Competition Act, each of which come with a maximum penalty of $10 million or $25 million. Okay, which one is it, 10 or 25 mil? But the Director of Public Prosecutions, which handles cases when the Bureau finds evidence of potential criminal offense, has agreed to recommend a 30% leniency reduction for the company's cooperation. That will bring the total bill down to 50 mil. Must be nice. In the court documents, Canada Bread said its liability resolved with the entering of this plea, but notes that the Competition Bureau's investigation into other companies is ongoing. In a new statement, the Bureau noted that the $50 million fine is the highest price-fixing fine imposed by a Canadian court to date, and it's also the first time any sort of monetary penalty has emerged from the Bureau's 8-year investigation. Fixing the price of bread, a food staple of Canadian households, was a serious criminal offense, Commissioner Matthew Boswell said. Our continuing investigation remains a top priority. We are doing everything in our power to pursue those who engage in price fixing. In an interview with CBC News, Boswell defended the amount of time the Bureau has spent investigating the issue. We seized more electronic records and electronic information than any other case in the Bureau's history, he said. I'm incredibly proud of our team of investigators and the prosecutors involved in today's guilty plea for getting us to this milestone. But come tomorrow, we'll put our nose down again and continue working on the rest of the investigation. investigation. Boswell noted that the fines that Grupo Bimbo paid are the maximum allowable under the current legislation, but those laws are set to change in a way that could make any future penalties even greater. So is anybody surprised? Are we surprised? I'm not surprised. Shocked a little maybe, but I'm not surprised. You know, for years and years, many businesses have been doing whatever they can to squeeze every last penny out of the consumer. In this case, it wasn't direct, as they charged the grocery store, and the grocery stores would then put those charges onto the consumer. It's, you know, that's the way business works. What do you guys think though? Do you think this $50 million fine is enough? Is it too much? And do you think this is happening maybe with any other products that you would use on a daily basis, whether it be a food product or any other type of product? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you for watching. My name is Rich, and this has been your 5-Minute Fix.